Hello guys and welcome to the Wars and Weapons channel. In this video we're going to talk about the Punic Wars, a series of wars between the Carthaginian Empire and the Roman Republic. Now before we get into the video, we're actually extremely close to 100 subscribers, so make sure to declare war on the subscribe button and hit it with all the weapons that you have once electronic light and surrenders to you. Then ring the victory bell so I can be notified of your victory. Now let's get into the video. As you all know and I said, the Punic Wars was a series of wars between the Carthaginian Empire, the main dominant power of the Mediterranean, and the newborn Roman Republic, which did not have a well-trained army or war-experienced soldiers. So the Carthaginians actually saw that a new empire arose, so they can easily declare war on it without actually having any problems. Like with any other government in Europe, they had been there for a long time, so their armies were well trained, they had battle experience, and they would definitely have allies, so it would be hard to actually win a war against them. And if you would, there might have been consequences, such as their allies declaring war on you. The Roman Republic, though, was newborn. It had no allies, their soldiers weren't well experienced, so the Carthaginians thought, it's an easy thing to do. We can defeat the Romans and take mainland Italy and join it to our lands. But they actually managed to fail the Punic Wars. The Punic Wars, in this video, we're going to talk about the First Punic War. Now, the First Punic War took place mainly in Sicily, Corsica, and Sardinia, which are three islands that are surrounding Italy. Now, the Carthaginians started the war by assaulting Sicily in order to capture it from the Romans. But the Romans actually didn't let them. They decided that we are the ones that are going to take Sicily first. So they both actually had to clash and had a few battles in order to take mainland Sicily, which the Romans actually won and took back the Sicilian islands. Now that they had this, the Carthaginians actually had to return to their own lands, resupply, and take a deep breath to get ready for battle again. So they actually went on their boats and ships and escaped back to Corsica and Sardinia. So the Romans actually weren't going to let them escape. They weren't going to let an army that tried to capture their lands once escape and try it again. So they actually put their lives on a great risk and went on to capture the rest of the soldiers that actually escaped. Because if they would have actually gone back to Corsica and resupplied and got ready for battle again, it would be hard to stop them. So the Romans actually risked their lives because, as I said, the Roman Republic was just newborn. It did not have the naval power that the Carthaginians had. So they were putting their lives at great risk by putting their soldiers on boats. Because if any of the boats would get attacked by any Carthaginian ship, it would have definitely been destroyed. But they actually risked it for the biscuit and went on to capture the Carthaginian lands in Corsica and Sardinia, which they were actually successful. They managed to capture Corsica from the Carthaginian hands and captured the soldiers that were in there. And then they went back and put an all-out assault on the Sardinia and managed to kill whoever was there and capture the islands for themselves, making the First Punic War a major victory for the Romans. And of course, the Carthaginians weren't happy, but they actually had to call in a truce because it would have been too dangerous to continue the war. Now, this truce was actually broken pretty soon in the Second Punic Wars, but we're not going to talk about the Second Punic War, because the Second Punic War is actually the war with the most amount of content. Like the great Carthaginian general Hannibal was actually fighting his battles in the Second Punic Wars. But we're not going to talk about the Second Punic Wars in this video. We will talk about them later in another video, because it would be too long. But as I said, the Second Punic Wars actually had the most amount of content, so make sure to watch out for when that's dropping. Anyway, that's enough for today. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the war bell to be notified of the rest of the wars that will occur on the channel later. Thank you for watching, and stand by for the next video.